Welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to visit Dixit, the Odyssey version. What is the difference from this version to the other one? It also has 84 cards, different cards from all the expansions, all in the core game, which I already shown here in the channel. But this game is special because it could be played with 12 people. So the normal game only plays maximum 6. This one you can extend up to 12. And I'm going to show you how to do that, what are the differences, as well as let's explore together these cards. So if you haven't seen the other video, I will also very quickly explain how to play Dixit in general and Dixit Odyssey. This is the manual, super similar to the previous one. Okay, here you go. It's only two pages in different languages, and you have the collection. And by the way, if you're watching this video, you either already have all the expansions in the channel as well, or I'm gonna do that after this video. Okay, so they all have some theme. The art is similar, but I haven't opened those. So what is the difference then for Dixit Odyssey? First of all, how do you play Dixit? So you have this board that comes with Odyssey that goes from 1 to 30. That's the points, the track points, and each player will pick a rabbit, bunny here to represent himself. For example, I'm going to be the blue one, and so I would need to take as well this blue board with 12 holes and the blue bunny, and I put it here before 1. Okay, and then I will have also some of these, I believe it's 5 or 6 of these abstract cards in my hand, and there will be an active player which will take a look at the cards that he has on his hand and will choose a word that may be represented by the card. So imagine I would choose this one and say loneliness, and I'll put it down like this. So on normal Dixit rules, what happens next is everyone else will take a look at their hand and look at the card, find a card that could resemble to somehow to loneliness, and they would put here on the top like that, and then you mix everything. That's what you play until with up to 6 players. Okay, the normal game, which you can do with this one. So you shuffle everything, and then let me give you some more space here, and then you reveal the cards. Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4. So this is your card, you know that, but you don't know who else came up with the rest of the cards. So then everyone secretly, except the active player, will then vote which card they think it's my card. And the way you vote is you use these pins, could be red, could be green, and then you mark secretly here which card do you think is my card, and then you hide for no one else to see. You hide it here, and then everyone reveals their voting. And what happens next is if everyone guessed your card, or if no one guessed your card, you get 0 points, and all the other players will move 2 points, except you. So this means that the clue that you need to give following your card needs to be slightly not obvious for everyone to get it, or just targeting one or 2, or everyone except 1. Okay, so if at least one person gets the card correct and not everyone, you then get 3 points, and then every person that guessed, except if it's every person that guessed also get 3 points. Then people may vote in cards from other players, so if that happens, those players will get an extra point for everyone that voted on their card. So that's normal Dixit rules. What happens with Odyssey here is that when you're playing up to 12, it becomes too many people, so the game works differently. So you put all your cards the same way. The active player gives a word, everyone puts their cards, okay, and then what happens is everyone will vote using the reds here. Everyone will vote, okay, except the active player. And the more votes you get on your card, the more points you get, right? So everyone can vote anywhere, and you get points if people vote on your card. So maximum 5 points. So for one person votes, you get 1 point, 2, 3, maximum 5. And then, but at the same time, the active player will vote with the greens here, okay? And what that makes it happen is, if I choose your card with the green one, you will not score points. So as an active player, I know which was my card, so I have an idea Wells cards it is, and maybe I want to just screw a player that will score a lot. So I will just vote against him, and he will not earn points. That's it. So this allows playing up to 12. There's also, the manual also states there is a team play for 6, 8, 10, or 12 players. I never played in teams. And every player will have one of the boards corresponding to the color of the bunny, and that there is an image in every board which is one of the cards that we will see now. Because now I would like to go through all the cards and give you my abstract feeling, my feeling that I get from these abstract cards. Okay, I've done that for everything, for all the others, and I'm gonna do the same for this one. And it's a good way for you to get to know, if you have all your cards scrambled and you want to put it back on every edition, it's a good way for you to know which cards belong to Dixit Odyssey. Here we have a council of people, which includes a dog, someone that looks like no, these two look like adults that got shrunk into children, and the devil there. So it seems like they drank water from this fountain they were not supposed to, and they got shrunk. And there are more people have done that, because you can see cups lying on the ground from previous drinks. Maybe they will shrink until they disappear, like the rest of people before them. This one, you have a wooden boat, which has someone that looks like a marquis or Mozart trying to survive there. And the water, there's a shark in the water. The flag, there's a man of war there, a jelly. Okay, and I don't. It seems to be what it does have something on his hand. Okay, so there's a desert or a beach, and this guy has a head of a bird. Looks like an Egyptian god, playing with the sand and building like a pyramid here. And he also built these houses around the pyramid. And there's a snake going by there, so he seems to be like a very important figure, either playing or creating with his ominous powers. This looks like a vampire cooker, right? He is throwing things like has lots of dexterity. He's throwing everything like cooking at the same time, having all the items in the air, helping him. And he likes to cook tomatoes, apparently, so he's doing some kind of salad. You see some cucumber there being cut. So it's a vegetarian vampire. Now, that's the Olympic Games. So the rooster got the first place, the gold medal, then there's a silver medal for the chicken, and the cheetah gets the bronze. So they're representing, by the flags, they're representing the League of Eggs, being rooster and the chicken. And this one is representing the League of the Frying Pans, because they will eat the chicken. Very strange image. Okay, so this guy is like a investigating the footprint of some kind of big monster, but he's not noticing that the big monster who probably left that footprint is right behind him. Also very curious to see what he's doing. Doesn't seem like he's going to attack. He's just having fun. Okay, so now, wow, this one is deep. We have what seems to be a pregnant lady, because of the shadow there, and she's carrying 2 water buckets, very heavy. That's why she's curved. Seems like she's doing an effort, because not only she is pregnant, but she also needs to carry for work or something. But the curious thing is that her shadow, she's standing tall and she's singing, looking happy. So although on the outside she looks like she's in suffer, on the inside she is very happy and singing on the inside. This Chinese kinda princess is playing some cards or reading some future on the cards, but she has some kind of spirits around her, or masks, or like images in their head trying to laugh at her or advising her on something. So she's like a crazy princess or crazy something. So this one is this way. Okay, so piles of books, big piles of books, and there's a butterfly here, or a moth. No, it's a butterfly flying through them, and on the wings of the butterfly you see there's a map somewhere pointing somewhere. I don't know, I can get a feeling here. There's a fisherman painting, and he is having a fishing rod, and he's trying to get something out of this glass. But there's nothing, there's not even a worm there or a bait. It's just a sad picture, as sad as it looks. Even the bird looks very sad. Okay, so this witch is coming back to the book. The door seems to be slightly open there. Seems like a character of a kid's story, and she's just coming back home. There's a gargoyle kind of statue, demon, and it is creating bubbles with shoes from inside. Are these famous shoes from stories? I don't see, so it's strange. Is it bubbles or crystal balls with shoes inside? Either way, it's strange why this statue would be creating these bubbles. Okay, so we have a girl dancing, ballerina. She is dancing on a vinyl disc while being recorded by this devil figure on the shadow. So she seems like being enslaved at that bad person who is using her to get some profits from her music, from her dancing skills. And the wolf is puppeteering a sheep there with some dynamite around her. But the thing is, the wolf itself is also being puppeteered by someone. We can see two strings. So there is always someone above us puppeteering us. So this kind of Yeti character is on a TV show, The Wheel of Fortune, and he's turning the wheel and see what kind of fortune that guy will have. Either a broken heart, swords, dies, whatever. And that seems to be the unlucky guy, which the fate is being decided, because he's right there standing, is stuck to that metal wall, waiting for something to happen to him. So there's a clock here, and there are two ladies knitting a kind of scarf, but this one is very long, and in the end, the scarf is turning into a phoenix, a fire phoenix. Strange, it's very strange. Okay, so this guy is walking on a rope in an old Victorian bicycle, that ones that have a big wheel and a small wheel, but still is a strange figure because his head, it seems to be focused towards this way, or looking towards this way, and that would be the crazy hat. But maybe that could be also be some strange face, demonic face. And there's a big moonlight behind him, so it's the night bicycle ride. Now this fellow here is using a remote control, probably to control one of these robots around him. They are very tall, so it looks like a children in the middle of the robots. Okay, not sure if this is an angel, demon, a statue, but he's holding a scales, like those scales used to decide if a person was good or bad during their life. He's also holding a stick here, a very strange mask where he has a serene side here and then a skull, scary side. So, and there's a tail. No, oh, sorry, that's not a stick. It's A sight. Okay. So this is like death incarnated. Represents death coming to judge you, how you behaved on your life. Could either be friendly or could either be scary. Okay, so that's the funny one. So we have a clown here, which is juggling here some torches, but he's standing on a pile of bombs. So we know what happens if he lets one of them fall into the bombs. It will just trigger the bomb, light the fuse, and everything will explode. So he's like risking a lot there. This old man has his head open, and some birds are coming out of his head. And there's some grass as well. So the grass may represent the thin hair that old people have, and the birds leaving his head could also represent the loss of his cognitive abilities, because by this age he has lost his memories, he has lost many things. They just flew away and they will never return until you die. Okay, so there's a wow. This is a young girl that already seems to be graduated, and she is writing on the board complex equations, complex formulas there, and that's it. She needs to. Oh wait, no, the board is levitating, so that's why she needs to. It's like in the future, it's levitating here, and she needs to go into this bench to be able to go and reach higher ground there. And there's a telephone, a strange telephone that you need to move this to put some charge. It seems to be connected to an antenna. There's a watch here. Looks also as a camera. So yeah, this is like a representation of a modern equipment, like a mobile phone, that allows you to take pictures, make calls, watch TV. It's a watch. So if the same kind of machine would have been invented 100 years ago, something that would do everything, it would look like this. So there's a desert, there's a gold mask here, and there's the moon in different phases, at least moving back. So this represents a distant planet, or probably back in time to the Inca time where these masks were created. Okay, there's a small rock, an asteroid, planet, small planet, and it's full of traffic signs, mostly. Yeah, so it's very crowded with all these signs representing what will happen to Earth if we let things go in certain directions. What about this one? So there's a plane, a First World War plane that is leaving parachutes instead of bombs. Is dropping books, is dropping knowledge to help people. It's coming from the plane because we can see there's a trapdoor opening there. Oh, this bear is holding the teddy bears as well as his children, his son here. So he is also looking that he is loving the teddy bears as well as the children. And he has this belt with a pouch there, so I cannot make sense on that. Okay, so this is like an adventurer trying to Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. He is trying to get into this cave or dungeon and steal the treasure, but he found the dragon, so he is like, he's a bard character. He is playing a song that is putting the dragon to sleep. And that's it. And he has his tongue out, so he's very relaxed, and he's going to steal the treasure after. Icebergs here. So the big glacier is broken, and he is leaving smaller parts. But this one has some grass on it, so I don't know. How did the grass went there? What the hell? So this is a pirate cat, a musketeer cat, and he is fighting like a mouse, a small mouse. It's so huge compared with the mouse. Seems like he's preparing to bite the mouse, but the mouse is defending himself with his sword. And it also seems like the mouse has something covering his eyes, blindfold, like this guy has, or maybe just covering one eye, like the cat. Okay, strange image here. So forest, this ugly fellow is carrying this kid either to protect him or he's just luring him somewhere to kill him. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So this is like a carriage being carried by this robot in front, and there's someone there, mysterious character that is giving a letter with a seal to also this mysterious character. So there's something being plot here. I don't know what. Okay, there's a door which is also a keyhole in the end of this stage. The steps are the stairs, but above that, almost you may not have seen, there is a bush shaped as a man and woman, and they are kissing right in the middle of the door. So where does this door leads to? We don't know. Okay, so these guys are chained to each other, and the way they are dressed seems like some kind of cult. And these two have already accepted, but this one seems like, hey, I want to get out of here fast. How do I get out of here fast? Is this the Eiffel Tower top? And it has the flags of countries or just other signs. And there's the white flag above. That's it. Okay, so this guy is playing Angry Birds, and now he has also 3 balloons shaped as Angry Birds. No, this one is from Angry Birds, the others I don't know. And these are like helium balloons, and he's being pulled in another way. And he has a cowboy hat and has a patch on his eye as well. That symbol there, I don't know what it is. It's Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack Skellington. But this figure looks like the son of Rick James on Walking Dead, because he also has a cowboy hat and he has a patch on his eye certain seasons. So yeah, something like that. More balloons. So these are guys that are dressed to go to work. Because of the hats, the ties, etc. But each of them has a different balloon that is expressing some kind of emotion. They all have faces that are very neutral, but the balloons reflect their real feeling inside. Okay, so there's a snake going through these doors. They have numbers, so now it's coming out of that door or window or whatever, and she is navigating through the sand. Okay, lots of roses, different colors, but the pink one seems to be dying and losing its petals. Okay, this one is funny. So I can recognize some things here. So first of all, there's this hat right there, and it's really Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas, because exactly on this side you have Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. That's what I see there, and I also see here Mickey's hat from Fantasia, the movie. But the rest of the hats, I don't know what they are. These seem like, what is that? Some 20 years. Wait, is this Sally's arms from Nightmare Before Christmas as well? Sally, the girl that is like Frankenstein girl, maybe. But I cannot see. I don't know what the others are. So we have some kids and a cyclops playing with the lion, playing in the clouds. That's it. A submarine in an underwater city. There's a tower that looks like Big Ben emitting light there. This is a paladin, and he's paying tribute to the television. Why? I don't know. Televisions are the king now, so he works for TV. There's a small king that appears to be given everything: cakes, games, animals, the world on a plate, but he's still not happy. He still needs more and more and more. Nothing satisfies him. Some different paintings, and the only thing that I can recognize here is the Tintin shuttle, a rocket ship. From Tintin Goes to the Moon. And there's the moon there. I don't know what the others are. Feather in his red shoe, planet. No. So this girl is hammering a heart. It's not a bread because she's hammering, so it's something made of metal, and those things are there. Heat being heat it up. So she's a blacksmith of hearts, iron hearts. There's an old lady that is on looking at this spyglass telescope thing. Seems like she was young when she started doing this, but she has been doing it for so long that her head became white, and she didn't leave the place to cut the hair because the hair keeps growing and growing, and we don't see the end of it. So she's like spying there forever. There's a light bulb in a box. The light bulb is shaped as a heart, like a gift someone. Crazy stairs that lead nowhere, lead to impossible places. That place seems to be the exit because there's some light coming through. Okay, so there's a big magnifying glass looking at, I would say, a footprint, but it's a strange footprint. Yep, because it's these two and these two things. But from the footprint, there are some trees and some houses with light. So it seems like the footprint is old, and then there was someone that built from inside the footprint the houses and planted trees because those don't look destroyed. So, like either miniature people or giant magnifying glass. Okay, someone, a gypsy character that has cups on her hands. There's a monkey, chimp monkey here with some plates, and there's a bear hanging from a thread, and there's a pile of something here. Something. So would this monkey just destroy everything that comes through? Comes in and it just uses the plates to smash, and then everything is converted into rubble here. Okay, so lots of square, some symbols here, so the squares are piling above each other. No sense for me. There's a cup with wings, a winged cup, not being used in a while because there are some spider webs around it, so it has been standing there for ages already. But one of the wings is either becoming golden or it was golden and now it's just losing the gold color because it's old. Maybe that's it. All the wings were gold and now they are the gold is fading away. There's some kind of hunter, police, explorer rabbit here with a gun. He is a very important figure because he has medals, but somehow he seems to have captured these two guys there on cages. There's a big city, skyscrapers, there's a zeppelin passing through, but there is also space for within this city. There's a tree, a legendary tree, a very old tree that still exists there, representing the nature, remembering people, nature in the concrete jungle. There's a strange figure, I don't know if it's a statue or just a gray figure with 4 arms, and it looks like he is building something or shape. Oh, no, he's shaping himself. Is it? He's shaping himself out of the stone. That's impossible. But yeah, he is just carving himself out of the raw stone. How does that started? Did someone create the first arm and then the first 2 arms and the head, and then he's now creating himself the rest? Okay, so there's a field, there's a scarecrow protecting not corn but sweets. These 2 guys are dancing blindfolded in the dark, and there are some airplanes coming through which seem like warplanes, but they have the different type of cards there. And there's one that already passed by, the spades. Nothing happened, so that's very dark. A key with the moon there and this shape like a labyrinth here. That's it, and there's a universe of several keys around. Maybe not keys, but keyholes. And this is one of the keys that will need to fit somewhere. What else? There's a Spanish conquistador, at least looking like that, and he's offering a flower to this flower, which seems to be like a female flower. and she's happy with the flower, but his face is like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna do something bad. And indeed, he has a big scissor there, maybe then to cut this flower. He's just distracting her with the other flowers and then to cut. This is someone, I think it's just one person now. I see three arms there, so either three people serpent headed or someone with multiple serpent heads, and they are like creating potions for something. Seems like an egg, a mechanical egg or a machine. And these eyes are looking at it like waiting for something to be built, to be created, to happen. This one is even crying in desperate for someone or something to happen. Flying city. Flying city. That's it. So this one is a writer, but he has a wheel there for you to give him some mechanical charge. And these are watching what comes out of him. There's a flying boat, reminding me of some games, or we've seen these flying boats everywhere. And he's carrying some boxes. Oh, that's a very important frog noble, lady noble, and it's raining, so she has an umbrella to protect her from the rain, although she seems to be below something here. But the curious thing is, below the umbrella there's sun and a clear sky, but she has some swords already on her toupee. It's a name, right? Okay, so this guy is made out of gold. He's sitting on a throne, protecting some treasure. Lots of lamps and lights. It's made out of light, maybe. It's a being of light in the middle of lights. So this bunny, this is a white bunny that fell into the ground, and there's also a cup going down, and what seems to be some meeple and cards. I guess the explanation here is you can see if you're getting into board games, you will start to see how deep is the rabbit hole, because there are too many out there. Flying pen on a pillow that has a price tag. Seems to be an expensive item. Maybe the pen was lying here and now she was bought and she is flying away to the new owner. What did it fall here? So there's an iceberg covering something that looks like an offer to the gods, right, with food, and these guys are just there waiting for it to melt in order to access the food. Robot chicken looking at an egg where there's a rose coming out. An important dog. Everything with many pictures of himself on the back. Clocks. This one is broken. A bunny astronaut, and his helmet also has space for the ears, but he is wearing an umbrella, a walking stick there. What is this? There's a wheel, not a wheel, there's a sphere, a mechanical sphere for something. Machine, a submarine. This old lady, this is Galactus, the devourer of worlds. Attacking, there's a cauldron, and she is a witch creating these worlds from this cauldron. An octopus investigating the deep sea with his light. Every tentacle holds an item, or maybe it's not in the sea, it's in the sky, because there's some paper here. Oh, an old typewriter connected to many things through these tubes. There's nothing written yet, but it seems like whatever the machine writes, it will affect somewhere else through the tubes. Okay, so that's the evil queen of the comic, of the stories. She is holding a book, she's holding some jewel, shining jewel. She's sitting on a throne made of a tree. Does she look bad or good? To me it looks bad. The hair looks very bad. Okay, so that's an music instrument. And there's some music notes, and it seems like an infinite loop made of these instruments. You see, it's a spiral going down, and this guy is just lost in the middle of it. Okay, so I think this is a painter that lives in poverty because you don't get that much money just as a painter. He's like begging in the streets, begging for coins, and you can see he's sitting on his heart, which means he's penniless. And what else we have here? Some floating stones, each of them with a different monument: the pyramids, the pizza tower, volcanoes. So important landmarks navigating on the sky. And then we have the final one would be, oh, I get it. So these are columns in a beach, and each of the columns is holding an important item from stories. I see magic lamp from Aladdin. That's Excalibur from King Arthur stories. And this would be, there's a shield with a lion or a coin. Would that be like a Hercules kind of reference? Who knows? Yep. Here they are. These were the cards and what is inside Dixit Odyssey. I hope you have enjoyed. So I'm creating a playlist just for Dixit content. So I invite you to check the channel if you like board games or card games in general. So I hope that I can see you as well in the next video. Thank you very much and goodbye.